It makes me sad that people who are only a couple of years younger than me have no idea who Ernest P. Worrell is. Ernest Goes to Camp stars Jim Varney as Ernest P. Worrell, a summer camp custodian and handyman who dreams of one day becoming a full-fledged camp counselor. When the camp is short-staffed, Ernest finally gets his chance by being placed in charge of a group of juvenile delinquents who are constantly getting into trouble. I loved this movie as a kid and I rewatched it recently, and while it's obviously not as funny as it was when I was a kid, after all, I used to think that Homeward Bound 2 was a great movie. It still holds up very well as a film you can watch with your kids and not want to jump off a cliff. Jim Varney is a master of slapstick comedy, and to this day I find it absolutely fascinating to watch him perform an infinite number of hilarious facial expressions and voices. He is similar to Mr. Bean in that the best comedy comes not from what he says, but what he does. There are many Ernest movies, such as Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Goes to School, etc. And while each of those films have their funny moments, I would say Ernest Goes to Camp is easily the best of the bunch. If I was king of America, then every child would be required to watch at least 2 Ernest movies. You don't even have to like them, I would just demand that everyone understand my 80s and 90s movie references. Like I said, this movie won't necessarily have adults rolling on the floor laughing the entire runtime, but there are a few genuinely hilarious moments, like when Ernest needs to get his annual vaccinations, watching an army of parachuting box turtles bite the lips and ears of unsuspecting construction workers, or when Ernest is asked by the camp coordinator, "Ernest, do you have any group leadership experience?" And he responds, "I had an ant farm once." Do your kids a favor, be a good parent, and show them this movie. In response to the statement, "I loved this movie as a kid and your kids will love it too," I would respond with a 5, strongly agree. You know what I didn't know until just a few months ago? After years of watching this movie and thinking, it's cool that they got a genuine Native American to play Chief St. Cloud, I found out that the actor who plays the old Indian chief is not even an actual indigenous American. He's an Italian guy who faked being an indigenous American for his entire film career, and it wasn't widely known until after his death. How is that even possible?